Evening, everybody. It's 6:03 on Monday, the 4th of March, and this is your closing comment video number 2096. And today was kind of like the old days, but I'll get to that in a minute. The chart on the screen is Bitcoin, and it has built up some serious momentum. I could not have been more wrong, expecting that it was going to hold to the measured move I was looking at, which would have put it right about here. And I did buy some BITI, that's the inverse Bitcoin. Fortunately, not many and very cheaply. So it'll cost me $105, and that's okay. But here we go. New recovery high, 68,480. Let's just go back here and see the actual all-time high, 69,360. So we're awfully close. 68,790 was the high, up 4,600. And like the market, it has built up some serious momentum and it is not to be stopped. So I guess we'll learn a little bit more about that in the days to come. Clearly, at some point, it's going to pull back. Another trade of ours that we did a little bit more liquidating today, still have some left, the UNG. And forget about the daily, the weekly. Let's just look at the daily here, because then you can see what it really, the extent of this. So we crossed on Friday, started up today, broke above everything here, got up to 198.90. We own the expiring on the 15th UNG calls. We paid 48 cents for them, and today, let's see where they closed. They closed at $1.56, up 54 cents, and we sold some at, where did we sell them? Let me just take a look and make sure that I'm being correct. We sold them at, don't even see it. Let me go to the behind the curtain. Not there either. Okay, well, we made another nice little profit, and we still have two left in the big account, one in the small account. So that's gotten pretty healthy. Let me just see if it's here. Nope, I guess it's not. In any event, I think we got about $1.65 for them. As a matter of fact, now I'm positive. We got $1.65. It was a limit order. They closed at $1.56. But, I'm not so sure that this is over. Like to see another higher high and higher low tomorrow. Would be easy on the higher low. Not so sure about the higher high. I think we could get up into this 2 to 210 area. Fair amount of supply in here, because it got down here once, false rally, and then spent a bunch of time consolidating before falling off again. So oil was down $1.23. Nat gas was up 8 cents. The gold was up $30. So digital gold and the real gold. The dollar was down a couple of pennies, and the bonds were down about a half a point. Now, the reason that I'm saying it's getting to be like old times again, because the list of stocks that I have here to talk about are the old favorites, if you can call Faang stocks the old favorites. We had Meta, which was the F in Faang, made a new all-time high today, just over 504. closed the day 497.23, and that was down 507 or 1%. We had Apple 175.10, down 456 or 2.5% on the news that number one, they had a lawsuit settled against them, the EU, 1.8 billion. And this one was only down about $2 pre-open with that news, and it finished down twice that. Nvda, the N, got as high as 876.95, yet another new high, closed 857.34, up 34.35 or 4.17%. And Alphabet or Google, call it what you want. Either way, it was down 133.30, down 382 or 2.8%. Tesla got pounded today, 188.14, down 14 and a half, 7.2% on the fact that they announced that the sales and deliveries out of the Shanghai uh, factory were down 19%. Macy's on the takeover news closed 2065, which is about where it was this morning. I think it was 21 or 2110 when I mentioned it in this morning's video. There's a deal there at $23 that was raised from, $24 that was raised from 21. And last but not least, AKRO that I mentioned this morning. That's Akero Therapeutics. This is the one that had the positive results on NASH, the non-alcoholic version of cirrhosis of the liver. And this one really underperformed versus, or you could say it overperformed in the thin market of pre-open. It was up as high as 58.20, but when it came down to the day, the furthest it could get on the upside was 37, had a range of 37 to 29.05, closing 29.99, up $2.18 or 7.8%. All of the indexes were down. Market internals 3 to 2 to the downside, both NYSE and NASDAQ. And volume came in a little, but it was still elevated, 5.7 billion. Tomorrow, before the open, we actually have nothing as far as economic numbers. At 9:45, though, we have final February S&P Global U.S. Service PMI. Prior was 52.5. And at 10 o'clock, we have factory orders. Consensus is minus 2.5. The prior was 2. We'll have to see how that. And February ISM non-manufacturing index, the consensus is 52.7. That would be down slightly from 53.4. Energy was weak. We also had a Fed speaker, Bostic from Atlanta, giving a speech today, said that inflation is definitely decelerated over the past year, but that price pressures are still widespread in his view. Powell is in front of Congress on Wednesday, and on Thursday in front of the Senate. There are no surprises expected to be there, so if there is anything that gets said, then I'm going to guess it's going to be market moving. All right, folks, I'll talk to you in the morning. Have a good evening.